Hey guys, Toast here. Today we're going to talk about Giant Shadow, a free DLC pack available to both early access and premium players on December 13th, and then to all other Battlefield players on December 20th, 2016. Let's jump into it. The DLC is named after the new map that DICE has added into the game called Giant Shadow. As you can see, this is an outdoor map taking place during the Battle of Celle, a battle that took place from October 17th to 25th, 1918 at the Celle River in France between the Allied forces and Germany. The giant in the name, of course, being the huge crashed behemoth right in the middle of the map over the Charlie and Delta conquest capture points with its wreckage scattered about, casting a shadow over a portion of the battlefield. The Conquest version of the map features 6 capture points set in a pretty linear fashion, with the Charlie point being the only one really out of line. Through the middle of the map runs a set of train tracks, which coincidentally means that there's a train available to help turn the tide of battle for the losing team. In terms of feel of the map, it's a bit more linear and straightforward than most Battlefield maps, which ends up featuring battles that primarily spar over the Charlie and Delta points under the down behemoth. There's a nice mix of vehicles on the map though, so it doesn't feel quite like the other linear maps like Suez or Argonne Forest. So far I'm enjoying it, and I'm glad that it's going to be available to all players. To go along with the new map, DICE has also given us a new gadget exclusive to the support class, the Grenade Crossbow. This is yet another explosive device for the class, adding to mortars and limpet charges. There are 2 different types of grenade crossbows available to the class, each shooting a different type of grenade, fragmentation, or high explosive. The fragmentation version should be your go-to for taking down infantry, especially on maps like Argonne Forest or Suez, where vehicles are either limited or non-existent. The high explosive version is your vehicle destroying support option that deals higher damage to enemy armor at the cost of dealing lower damage to enemy infantry. In all honesty, the high explosive version doesn't really do enough damage to vehicles to warrant using it over something like the mortars where you have more shots available, or the limpet charge where you have significantly more damage. You have 2 grenades at your disposal from the start, with the gadget needing to be reloaded after every shot. It shoots in a fairly distinct arc, more akin to an actual grenade launcher than a crossbow, so you'll need to compensate quite a bit for those longer range shots. Spectator mode has been present in previous iterations of the franchise, but was promised as a feature in Battlefield 1 at launch. However, DICE is now adding the feature, stating that the delay was due to additional time needed to improve the features from previous installments. Spectator mode allows you to join a live match as an observer and switch between first and third person cameras on all players, view the map from a bird's eye view in tabletop view, or fly around at will in free cam. Among the noted improvements over previous games is improved stability and flow moving from player to player and switching between the different view modes, and efforts made to make it a more viable tool for the community to create content, which includes a movable third-person camera, depth of field, and camera filters. There's a pretty exhaustive list of weapon changes and tweaks that are happening in this patch, most of which are minor, so to see all of them, feel free to check out the patch notes linked in the description below. To cover a few of the larger ones, shotguns are being rebalanced to bring the Model 10A Hunter and Factory more in line with other shotguns, making it feel less overpowered than previously. Buckshot variants of the Model 10A, the M97 trench gun, and the sawed-off have had a range reduction, still making them deadly in very close range, but not as versatile as they previously were. LMGs have had a slight accuracy buff, bringing non-sighted variants in line with their sighted counterparts. The Lewis gun will now overheat slower, and all sighted variants of LMGs have a slight buff to their horizontal recoil, making them easier to control. Bayonets have received a slight buff, which honestly I feel they're a little unnecessarily powerful to begin with, but that's a topic for a different video. You're now able to initiate a bayonet charge when reloading or when out of ammo, where before this wasn't possible. If you initiate it while in the process of reloading, the reload will be cancelled and restart automatically at the end of the charge animation. All other weapon changes, and again there's a lot of them, can be viewed in the link in the description. There have been a few notable gadget changes that I'd like to cover. The first change is to the syringe. DICE has decided to add a slight delay to the syringe, no longer allowing medics to revive multiple people in rapid succession. The delay is very slight, but noticeable in that you can no longer just revive mass amounts of downed allies in the blink of an eye. To counter this change a little bit, DICE has introduced a mechanic that if you're near a support's ammo crate, you'll be ready to revive again quicker, making the support medic team more necessary in heated battles. Mortars are also getting a slight buff after their recent nerf in the fall update. They're now more accurate when initially placed down, and more accurate during sustained fire. It isn't a huge buff, but it does mean that you'll have to wait slightly less time than before to get an accurate shot off. Ammo and med crates have also received a slight buff. They'll now resupply and heal for a longer period of time, serving more teammates before disappearing. This means that while still not infinite, as a medic or support you won't have to lay down crates as often due to them disappearing from usage. A couple other things that I'd like to touch on but not go too into depth on. A few soldier movement modifications have been made, including fixing the inability to sprint out of crouch or prone in certain situations, and toggle zoom issues. Aim assist has been updated for controllers, making it only active when the player is actively inputting aim movement. This means that the aim assist will no longer pull if an enemy simply runs past you while you're ADS. Issues with the vehicle spawns giving you the special kit but not the actual vehicle itself have been fixed. Planes have gotten more buffs, running the gamut from fighter planes dealing more damage from their MGs, bombers taking more damage from fighter MGs, and rear gunner damage reduction amongst others. One thing that DICE hasn't yet fixed in this patch that I hope they'll fix soon is the revive glitch. This is a glitch where after being revived when you were recently downed while shooting, you're revived with your gun up aiming down sights with a weird animation that stops you from actually being able to shoot your weapon. Hopefully this will get patched out of the game soon. There have also been plenty of other stability fixes, general game fixes, and various other weapon and vehicle changes, again all of which can be found in the link in the description below. Now I want to know how you feel about this free DLC and the accompanying changes. Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, this is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.